This podcast is sponsored by ebookit.com, self-publishing solutions for the independent author and small press. Visit us today at ebookit.com. Hello and welcome to the Toastmasters Podcast, the official podcast of Toastmasters International. Hello everybody and welcome to another edition. My name is Bo Bennett.
And I'm Ryan Levac.
And we are your hosts for the show. Today, Ryan, who are we going to be speaking with?
Oh, Bo, I know a lot of our listeners out there are sports fans, and so they're going to be really excited to meet our guest today. He is not only a Toastmaster, but also a former NBA basketball player.
Nice. So we should probably do the introduction a little bit differently. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Mark Eaton spent his entire NBA career with the Utah Jazz, playing in 875 games, scoring 5,216 points, grabbing 6,939 rebounds, and blocking an amazing 3,064 shots. Mark retired from the NBA in 1996, but by no means slowed down as he went on to a career in broadcasting, including hosting an internationally syndicated radio show for 3 years, owning 2 restaurants, and serving as chairman of the board for a youth foundation. Mark continues to inspire audiences off the court as a popular motivational speaker. At 7 feet and 4 inches, number 53, Mark Eaton! Welcome to the Toastmasters Podcast.
Thank
Mark.
you.
Great to have you with us today.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
So, Mark, I got to ask you here, I was reading on your website, and the site describes you as having gone from being a 21-year-old car mechanic, the world's tallest car mechanic, and someone who couldn't play basketball, to an NBA All-Star with the Utah Jazz. Now, I'm sure there's a long story there, but I wonder if you could briefly share with us the genesis of that amazing career transformation.
When I was in high school, I didn't play a lot. I sat on the end of the bench, and coach didn't really know what to do with me. I didn't really know what to do with me, and I made the decision it wasn't my thing, and it was time to move on and get a job, and decided to go to trade school to learn to be an auto mechanic, and moved to Arizona for a year, and then Southern California, and I was working at a tire and auto center in Southern California, and gentleman, after I was there about a year and a half, a gentleman happened to drive by while I was out on the corner speaking to a customer, and he saw this big tall guy talking to this little customer, and he was an assistant basketball coach at a local junior college, and he came in and started talking to me about playing basketball. I initially told him to go away, but he did not, and after about 2 months, I decided to give basketball another try, and wound up going to junior college for 2 years, playing very well and having a good career, and then going to UCLA for 2 years where I sat on the bench, and yet despite that was able to market myself to the NBA and got a job with the Utah Jazz where I ended up staying for 12 years and becoming an All-Star.
Amazing. So, Mark, as a professional athlete, how much experience did you have with public speaking? I know often athletes do the post-game interviews or the team press conferences, but how much of that were you doing, and how would you rate your public speaking skills at the time?
Well, I'd say early in my career, probably not all that well, but I'd find that they would write I didn't really think that I had said. And so what I learned over time was that I needed to say more so that I was clear, and they were clear about what they were hearing, to kind of, make sure I got the benefit of the doubt in the press. And so over time, just practice of having a camera stuck in your face every night, you learn a few skills. Mm-hmm. But I'd say I was necessarily a great speaker at that time, even though from time to time people would ask me to come and speak to the local Rotary Club or youth camp or this, that, or the other thing. And so over time I got better from experience, but I can't say knowing what I know, quote unquote speaker.
Is the pressure much different from performing in front of a huge stadium of people, let's say playing basketball, than speaking in front of a large audience?
Well, yes, it is. It's different from the standpoint of when you're playing, you've got a group of guys around you, you have a team, and there's a lot of things going on. When you're a speaker, it's just you, and you better perform or the audience is going to sleep.
Right.
So I've had to learn that in my speaking career. put a speech together in a manner that challenges them and leaves them wanting more.
So, Mark, you said you were doing some speaking already as a professional athlete, but I understand you didn't join Toastmasters until after you retired from the NBA. What was your initial motivation to join?
Well, I didn't know a lot about Toastmasters. My father had been a member. I think my uncle was a member, but I can't say I could tell you anything about it. And a friend of mine called me one day and asked me if I would be a guest speaker. And the idea was they'd invite me, I'd come in, and being a celebrity, more people would come and listen to me and maybe become a Toastmaster. Well, I went in there thinking I had 30 minutes to come in and speak and kind of tell my thing. And when I got there, they said, well, you have 7 to 9 minutes. I said, well, what do you mean 7 to 9 minutes? And I started speaking, and I just gave some quick comments, and then all of a sudden people were counting my thumbs and evaluating my speech. And I said, no, who are you people? So eventually I was all about, and I decided, oh, this is pretty cool. I need this. And so I went from guest to a member within a couple of weeks, and I've been a member now about 5 years.
You know what you should have done, Mark? You should have put all of them on a basketball court and say, oh, no, you're shooting completely wrong. That's wrong. That doesn't work that way.
Green lights and red lights and different things coming on. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Oh, that's hilarious. So, Mark, what is it like being a member of a Toastmasters club and having new members walk in and say, oh my gosh, that's Mark Eaton, that's the big guy?
Well, it's been fun because my club has embraced me in what I've tried to do in my career as a motivational speaker. And yeah, I think there was a little awestruck at the beginning, but now I've just got a group of great friends, and we have, I think, the most active club in Utah. I think we've got somewhere around 35 members.
Mark, beyond improvement of your public speaking abilities, what other benefits or positive experiences have you had as a result of Toastmasters?
Well, I think just how the organization put together the different roles that you have on the leadership side and teaching everyone how to run a meeting effectively. When I go out and speak in larger venues and you've got an executive assistant or a meeting planner who's putting together an event, and many times you can assist them and give them maybe where to position the head table or the lectern, those kinds of things, to maximize the effect. There's a lot of little tips and tricks like that that you learn as a speaker that will help improve the impact of the message. That's an idea or an example of one of the things I picked up from Toastmasters.
Cool. Wonderful. And Mark, I also understand you're the subject of an upcoming film. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's an upcoming film if we find someone to finance the production of it, yes. I had a friend of mine in Park City where I live help me actually with my first speech. And in the process, she was also a screenwriter. She found the story so intriguing that she decided to write about it and spent about 2 years working with me writing the script. And it's a great script. Unfortunately, with the economy and everything, we haven't found any takers to produce it. But
cool. Well, hey, you might as well put out the hook right now for people listening.
That's right. Maybe there's someone who's listening. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I can guarantee you've got 2 tickets sold already right here from Bo and I.
Okay,
that's
good.
right.
So that should be.
You can put that in the business plan. Show, look, we got a guaranteed $12 right here if we put this movie together.
I'm going to run up to Studio City right now with that information.
I bet. Mark, anything else you want to leave with our listening audience?
I think that speaking is really one of self-awareness at the same time, and your ability to communicate what you want in life and how you see life. That's the one thing I probably have learned that I didn't expect getting into it, was that as I've learned to be a better speaker, I've learned a lot more about myself. So, and please come visit my website at 7ft4.com. I got to throw that in there too.
Right. The number 7ft, the number 4.com. Took me like 4 tries to get it. I was typing out words. But
I tried to keep it simple, but apparently I made it too simple.
Yeah, it's too simple. Yeah, it's a whole too simple idea. Mark, thank you very much. This has been great, wonderful information. I loved your website, love the videos, and I hopefully one day we'll get to see you speak in person.
Yeah.
You planning on doing any international conferences for Toastmasters?
I haven't been invited yet, but Okay, well, here you go. I'd love to speak at one of the international events with Toastmasters. How about that?
Sure. I know this guy who knows this guy. We could probably make it happen.
There you go. All right. Well, your people talk to my people.
Sounds good.
Together.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks so much, Mark.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
You too.
If you heard our sponsor message at the beginning of this podcast, you might be wondering, what is this PowerPoint karaoke thing all about? PowerPoint karaoke is a fun way to practice improv speaking skills and poke a little fun at PowerPoint abusers in the process by presenting slides to the audience that you have never seen before. Amation is sponsoring this PowerPoint karaoke contest and will send a special PowerPoint karaoke starter kit to any Toastmaster who wants to host an event. Videos of the PowerPoint presentations will be voted on and will be eligible for the national grand prizes of up to $5,000 in cash. Events must take place before October 31st in order to qualify for the national contest. For details and to sign up as a host for one of these events, visit PowerPointKaraoke2009.com. And that is our show for this week. If you do have any listener feedback, you could send us an email at podcast@toastmasters.org. You could find us on Twitter at twitter.com/thetmpodcast, or they could give us a call, right, Ryan?
They could call us at 1-888-451-8862 and leave a message up to 2 minutes.
Sounds good. For this week, my name is Bo Bennett.
And I'm Ryan Levesque.
Take care, everybody. Isn't it about time you published that book you've been thinking about? We can help with that. At ebookit.com, we've been providing authors and small presses with ebook publishing services since 2010. Visit us today at ebookit.com and let us know how we can help you.